back down. Jen asked a little over a week ago if we were available to just say a little bit about our journey and my life-changing, family-changing diagnosis. But first, I want to thank everybody here for your time, your money, your donations, your support, because without that, I don't have the hope, I don't have some of the equipment, we don't have the research, we don't have any of that. Without events like this, work that ALS ONE and Jen and her team does, it is, truly amazing. For me, as Jen mentioned, my diagnosis was last June, and it started just as I've talked to many other ALS patients or family members. It was my leg's got a cramp, my foot's not kind of walking. I'm getting a little tired in the shoulders and the arm. And
Couldn't keep up.
I couldn't keep up with my wife. And you try to go to every doctor, to say, okay, it must be, cramping, it must be electrolyte, it must be anything but what you would dread to hear. And I was similar to that. I had started in the fall of 22, so that's almost a year and a half ago, having this foot drop. I went to a neurologist. He says, yeah, it could be your back. Let's do some back surgery. So I had back surgery in January of 23, so last year, and started doing physical therapy. Wasn't getting any better, and then all of a sudden, my other foot started having weakness. And my wife had already started the research, wheel. She's like, yeah, this is not getting better. We're gonna go to the A-team over at MGH, and we're really gonna get you, looked up and see what's going on. And unfortunately, we got that diagnosis. Remember it, tell you the time, tell you everything. You'd say, man, that must have been the worst day of your life. And I'd say no. It was 2 days later when I had to tell my kids that I have this fatal disease. That was the hardest day of our lives. Followed up by, the next couple of days of telling, my mom, my dad, family, sisters, of what I was just, diagnosed and prognosed with. So obviously you have your mourning, your sadness and everything. And my wife and I said, okay, we're gonna take a week. We're gonna tell the family, we're gonna tell friends, and then we're gonna see how we fight this battle. And one of the first people that we actually met and spoke with through another common friend was Jen at the ALS ONE. And she spent time with my wife and I on the phone and said, you're gonna be overwhelmed, but a couple of things. First is find your joy. Find what makes you happy. Find what can get you through this. Right? She said, then find your team. Find the people that can help you and navigate the ALS, which we found was overwhelming because of the amount of support from friends, family, strangers was amazing. And then she said every day, "Not today, ALS." And that was the logo that we made shirts, hats, everything. And you know, we had our week of mourning, and then we said, okay, let's move on. Let's get through this. We did. We had people find the research. All right, what trials can we do? The equipment. What do we need? You know, what type of wheelchair? What type of this? Walkers. You know, everything under the sun. And you had a team of people to do it. And that's what's unique, I think, about this community is it does, as Jen said, it not only affects your immediate family, it affects everyone around you. And I guess that is a little bit of the silver lining that we found. So, you know, a month after diagnosed, the guys I used to golf with said, okay, we're gonna do a tournament, you know, for you. And I just figured it was just gonna be, you know, a couple of my buddies that I golf with regularly, and, you know, we'll pass the hat, we'll go out for a nice dinner and just kind of celebrate. Well, it turned into an event like this. The club that I belong to donated the club for the day and said, we're not charging anybody. You can charge whatever you want. You can charge nothing. You can charge. They donated the entire course for the day. We had an incredible outing. And that was just my first example of so many other examples of being able to enjoy every day that you have still where we're on this planet. You know, after that, I had connected with friends long, you know, high school friends that I hadn't seen, but stayed in touch with. We all got together. Cheryl's friends that we got together. Unfortunately, it brings people together, but it also is how you find your joy through this really horrible disease. Then a couple months later after that, my daughter gets a message from one of the former teachers at our high school and said, the kids at the high school know what the Cunninghams are going through. Most of them had my wife, who was a teacher in the Canton School District for 15, 16 years, and they said, we love Mrs. Cunningham. We love Mr. Cunningham. He used to coach us. We need to do something for us. The Canton kids, the high schoolers, all on their own said, we're doing an ice bucket challenge. In the end of March, beginning of April, and it was freezing out. It was incredibly cold. And the kids, through their social media, raised an incredible amount of money for us, for our family, but also Della Larson, who, if anybody else has attended any of the other events, the Snowball event, any of the Neil's events, Della is an all-star at that. She's also a Canton resident. She's also one of my wife's, her middle child's former student. And the Canton community came together and and did this gift to us that it just kept going. Then the lacrosse team raised money for both families. Then the robotics team, raised money. It is amazing what community that comes out in this horrible disease. And what it's really taught me, it's very easy to, kind of focus on negative, bad news, bad stuff, whether it's national or local or whatnot, but that people are kind, people are thoughtful, people care so much, and that is what we're most thankful for as we navigate this journey. I've been able to really appreciate the kindness of others and accept the help of others, which wasn't something that I was normally able to do. But ALS, that's the silver lining of everybody trying to help you through what is just a horrible, horrible disease. I don't know if my wife would like to share any other thoughts, but again, I want to thank everybody who supported here tonight, support ALS ONE, in their continued support. We're lucky to have you all, and hopefully, Lou Gehrig, I never fully understood, especially as a kid, how Lou Gehrig could say, I'm the luckiest man on the planet. And through this year-long struggle, I understand. I understand what he meant. But I hope somebody can sit here in front of you guys, hopefully in the near future, and say, I am thankful. I am the luckiest person on the planet because we cured ALS.